Hi friends and welcome back to LearnVern. In the last session we learned how to import and export. In this session we are going to learn about adding or removing custom modules. Now in this session I am going to teach you how to install and use Magento extensions. Now there are a lot of Magento extensions available. You can find extensions on GitHub as well as on the official Magento marketplace. Now, the type of extension you want to install and use completely depends on your requirements. Different stores can have different type of requirements. So, right now, let's see what type of module we are going to use. So, in our case, for example, after seeing the order life cycle, if you click on orders and let's say if I click on create an invoice, now you can see here that in Magento the number of the ID of order and invoice are not same, means it depends on the sequence of invoices which were created. So let's say I want to install or use an extension through which the invoice ID and order ID always remain the same, so that when processing orders I can match my orders accordingly. So let's go on Magento's marketplace and search for the extension. So you just need to write Magento marketplace and you will be there. So now here we are at the Magento's marketplace. So we are going to search for extension as per our requirement. So I am going to write same order invoice number, and as you can see this is the first extension available and this is also a free one. So I'm just going to click on it. So I'm going to select the edition. So in our case we use the community edition, which is the free one, and we are not going to have any support agreement, and just click on add to cart. Now the product has been added to cart and we will just buy this thing. So click on go to checkout, and you will need to use your same account which you used to download Magento when we first started learning Magento. So just log in with your credentials. So now we will just enter some of the information needed. I'm just going to use some dummy information here, and I'm going to click on place order. So now the order has been placed and we can now download the extension. So there are two ways of installing the extension. You can either click on install. So now the order has been placed and we are redirected to the access keys as we clicked on the install button. So now I just need to copy the access key. So I will click on copy here. After this I will go back to my admin panel, and here I will click on Magento Connect, and in this I will click on Magento Connect Manager. So it will redirect me to a new section and it will prompt me to enter my credentials again. So I will just re-enter the credentials and a new page will open up. So this page will have a list of all the extensions which are currently installed. So now if I want to install the extension via key, I just need to paste the key here and click on install. So in some cases you will find this problem. If everything goes right, the extension will be installed successfully. So maybe there is something wrong with our key here, so I will just go back and I will use the second key and I will use it here, and I will again click on install. So I am again facing the same problem. So we will try the second method. So I will go back again to my order success page, and initially we click on the install button. So now I will click on the download extension. So this will download the extension locally. So after the extension is downloaded, I will go back to my admin. Now I will click on choose a file. I will select the extension which I have kept on the desktop, and this is the extension. I will click on open and I will click. So right now we have not uploaded the extension, so I will click on upload and it will show me. It is right now showing me an error, so I will just go back and check the extension name. So I am not still able to install the package. So under some scenarios you may come across packages in which you may encounter this type of problems. So I will show you how to install this type of packages. So this doesn't mean that the module has anything wrong with it. So but before moving this, I will first show you how to install a package by uploading it simply. So I have a few other packages of some other extensions which I will try to use. I have an extension to delete the orders from admin, so I will just use them. Now to show what this extension will do, let me show you. If right now I go, so now my website has stopped working. This is something which I wanted to show you. If you are installing an extension and something goes wrong, then Magento will put your website into maintenance mode. So to get your website out of the maintenance mode, you just need to go to Magento's root directory, and there will be a new file created called maintenance flag. So you just need to delete this file and just go back and refresh the page and your site will be working. So the difference which I wanted to show, if you see the action right now, it only has the view link with it. So now I will go back to my extension page. I will choose the extension and click on upload. So also this extension has some problem and I'm not able to install the extensions directly. So I'm going to use the hard-coded way of installing an extension. I'm going to extract all the files of extensions here, and I'm just going to merge the app folder. I'm just going to copy this folder and go back to the Magento's root directory and just paste. Now both the folders will be merged. And now if I go back to a Magento admin panel and go in system configuration, now the site has again been put in the maintenance mode because the same error occurred twice. So I will go back again to my Magento's root directory and I will again remove the file maintenance flag and refresh the page. So now I should see the menu of the new extension which is installed. Just keep in mind, if your caching is enabled, you will not see any new changes. So I will just go to cache management page and disable my cache for now. Now I will go back to my system configuration and we might be able to see the extension files there. Now to check whether the extension has been installed or not, I will go to System Configuration, Advanced Settings. Here I can see the list of all the modules available. So here I will see whether the name of extension which I installed is listed or not. If it is not listed, this means the extension has not been installed. It is listed here, this means the extension has been installed. So now if I go back to my orders and if I try to create the invoice of this order number, then it should be the same ID should be generated. So let me click on this. And right now there are no invoices generated. Okay, there is already one invoice generated, and let us create a new invoice. So there is no invoice generated for this product, and if the extension is working properly, then the invoice should have the same ID. So there are no invoices generated right now, and if I create on generate an invoice, and if I click on submit, the invoice ID and order ID should match. So as you can see here, the order number is almost the same. So these things can be done through Magento extensions. Now if I go back to the downloader page which we were using to install extension, and I refresh the page, so it will not have my extension listed because I did not use a downloader to install the extension. Only extensions which were installed using the downloader will be visible here. So now if I want to remove that, if I want to disable the extension, what can I do? So one of the way is go back to a root folder. So this is my Magento's root folder, and if you go inside the app directory, and in the app directory go in etc, there will be a modules folder available here. So if I go inside this, names of all the modules will be available here. So if I don't want to use that extension anymore, just remove or rename the file of that extension. So if I just put a double dash or rename this file, then the extension won't work anymore. So this is how I can remove or delete or partially stop an extension from working. And if I want to completely delete an extension with all the files, so I can do it from the downloader if it is listed here. For example, if I want to delete this extension, all I need to do is just click on uninstall and click on commit changes. So now you should be able to work with extensions, installing and removing extensions properly on your website. Of course, in any Magento website, you will need multiple Magento extensions for different purposes, and hope you will be able to work well with that.